Hey everyone, we're back. So, last time I did this, I did couple by couple. This time I'm going to kind of jump back and forth between couples and where they were in the episode because that's how my notes are written. Um, I really got irritated with this because I feel like everybody needs therapy. But here we are. We start the episode with the two remaining couples. Yes, two, because we know Smokey the Bear messed up. Um I didn't mean to call him a bear, but you know what I mean. He messed up. Anyways, so Dr. Nicole is talking to Jessica about the whole Mother's Day fiasco, and she basically said, I took myself out. He didn't do it, so I did it. I wish Dr. Nicole dug in him a little bit or we saw it because I feel like there's so much more to it than what we got to see. Anyways, they go from that to talking about Eric's date. Eric said that she was really flirtatious and really touchy-feely. And Jessica got annoyed because Jessica was like, I already told you that I didn't like it. I don't like how she keeps touching you. I don't like how she keeps flirting with you. And he kind of like smirked a little bit and tried to shrug it off. But Dr. Nicole was like, look, let me remind you that you're accountable for your actions. They then talk about Jessica's date, and she talks about how they had a really good time at iFly, that she felt really, really comfortable with him. So comfortable, in fact, that she didn't wear any makeup. So then she talks to Sean and LaRonda. Sean said, like, I finally see that I can trust myself. You've been this you've been in this relationship for 3 years and you're just now seeing that you can trust yourself. This date with this woman allowed you to see that you can trust yourself. That bothers me. Why didn't you know that already? Anyways, LaRonda then expresses that she enjoyed her date. And you can see that Sean wasn't happy. He doesn't want to hear that, but she enjoyed her date. And she decides she wants to go on a third date. He decides that he doesn't want to go on a third date. He said that the fact that he went out with her, he was able to have a good time, and he did, and she lets him see all that he needs to see. He now knows that he can trust himself. I feel like he should have known that before, but everybody gives him big kudos for coming to that revelation, and that's that. At the end, Dr. Nicole says, okay, who's going on dates, who's not? Everybody decides to go on another date with the exception of Sean. Sean says he's done. He gets annoyed with the fact that LaRonda wants to go on another date with that guy, but he said he's going to trust the process. Jessica, she claims that she's really feeling this guy, but I don't really know. I don't see it for them. So anyways, Dr. Nicole tells them that for homework, she wants them to talk about family. So that needs to be their main focus for when they leave. We go back to Eric and Jessica talking about family. And they talk about Eric's mom. And basically, Jessica's concerned because she said that Eric has managed to shut his mother out the same way she shuts him out. She was like, and because of the fact that he shuts her out, the mom doesn't like her. It's a problem. So he basically says that it's hard to reach out to his mother when she doesn't reach out back to him. I feel like there's so many issues with these people that he can reach out all he wants to. If he feels like he's being used all the time, if he feels like his mother is always having her hand out for something, there's always going to be some type of contention there. Because my thing is, he was in the NFL. He made certain money. He said he bought his mother a house, but his mother was like, okay, you bought me a house, but you didn't put anything in it. So it seems like she's not ever satisfied. Now, that's also Eric's point of view, because let's be clear, there's certain things that Eric does that will have me question and be like, okay, is that really truthful? I don't know. They then get to talking about Jessica's mom situation, and we know she was adopted, but she goes into further basically saying that they didn't accept her mom's family didn't accept her because her father was black, her mother was a prostitute. Like, the girl's been through some things. And she talks about the fact that she was a dancer. So I'm like, all these things that y'all got going on, and this we over here focusing on this other little stupid stuff rather than this. Like, this is the meat and potatoes. This is what matters. I don't care about the other stuff. Therapy. That's what you all need. Therapy. Okay. Back to Sean and LaRonda. They talk about family, and basically she doesn't have any problems with her family. She's extremely close to her family. Her and her family get along very well. She's very close to her father. He, on the other hand, feels like he's close to his mom and his siblings. He doesn't need to be close to his father. He said alcohol was a major problem for his dad, and he just doesn't want to be bothered. He doesn't want to deal with the problem. He said, why would I want to deal with something that's not good for me? That's problematic. What do you mean? Every time any situation arises that he has problems dealing with, he doesn't want to talk about it. He wants to push it down. Pushing it down is not good. But that's what he does. That's what he's done in their relationship, and that's what he's continuing to do. That's the problem. The problem is that you continue to not address the issues that you have. You are so worried that you're going to cheat on this woman because of what happened with your father. You are so worried that you're going to repeat the past because of what happened with your father. It's so hard for you to talk about it because of what happened with your father. You need to explore that and stop acting like that's not an issue. The common thread in all of these relationships is their relationship with their family influences how they are with one another. And Dr. Nicole even told them that. Like, she said, your relationship with your family influences your partnership. So he shuts down. He doesn't want to talk about that anymore. Whatever. We see that LaRonda goes out on her date with the guy. They go boxing outside. They're doing a little bit of flirting back and forth. Nothing major. She says she really enjoys her date's confidence. She wishes Sean would be confident. Don't we all? She also likes how much they have in common. And he said the same thing. He said he really likes, her. He would love to see her again. But at the end of the day, he understands that she's in a relationship. He's not trying to overly push up on her because she's in a relationship. We get back to, let's go to Eric. Eric's date was with old girl, and they went to a Himalayan salt room. I want to go to one. I heard they are very therapeutic, but they basically connected. The thing that I notice about the two of them is he doesn't struggle to talk to her. He doesn't struggle to be intertwined with her. They were very lovey-dovey to the point where I'm like, okay, is Jessica your girlfriend or is she? She knows how to pull that vulnerableness out of him, I guess we'll say. And I feel like that's where Jessica kind of lacks, because a lot of things with them I don't think are depth. The fact that you all are just now really talking about certain things, and even with the talk that he had with her about the family thing, he made a statement this talk has brought us close together because we discussed this, and she opened up to me. She hasn't opened to you about that kind of stuff before? That's kind of odd to me. At some point in the thing, after they initially left everything, they show Jessica in the car with Eric, and she basically says if this happened, if the situation that happened with Alexa and Darian happened to us, I don't know if I'd be able to deal with you. They would have to call the cops. I don't think I could forgive you for that. And production is amazing because they made it seem like he did something wrong. The way they zoomed in on his face, he looked guilty. He looked guilty AF, okay? Let's go to Jessica's date. Jessica enjoys her date. He feels like they built a connection. He thanks her for the opportunity. He said she gives him hope. I feel like he genuinely likes her, but I also feel like he doesn't know her. I feel like he's very whack. I do. I feel like he's very whack, but I understand that they feel something for one another because she said herself, like she could be around him and not wear makeup and feel comfortable, that he's a breeze, like being with him is a breeze. But do you feel like he's a breeze because there's no pushback? Because there's never a lot of pushback in the beginning. You know, the honeymoon phase is just that. Everything is great when you first start dating one another. I don't know. Anyways, we see the ladies go to Alexia's to talk. That clip was so short. I don't even understand why they put it in there. It was a 2-minute clip. And basically, she's talking about how she wondered when they exchanged numbers. She wondered how they managed to talk throughout their relationship. She wondered how it happened so fast because it was after the 4th date. Like, you can tell it's still bothering her. She says that they've talked, but she's done. How done is she? I don't know, because the back and forth with her and Kai, and it's a bunch of mess going on right now on Instagram and stuff. I don't even follow them, but it's all over the place. Like, you see different clips of it. And I just want her to really, really move on. I want her to get to the point where she's not worried about him at all. I want her to understand that, yes, she gave him 14 years off and on, but the fact that she wasted 14 years off and on means that she needs to move on. We get too caught up in time, and time doesn't matter. It doesn't. Okay, so after that, the girls give her a hug, but the girl is sitting there, standing there, whatever. She's at the pool table and she's crying. Nobody ever goes up to her to embrace her. She always has to go to them and embrace them. Do you think because she's a tomboy that she doesn't want a hug? I don't understand. Like, if I see somebody that I somewhat care about, I understand that y'all are just getting to know one another. But if some girl that I've been sitting on this couch with in these sessions with for at least an hour at a time, we know that the camera cuts everything short. We would think that y'all would have more like love towards her, but I don't know. It's just, anyways. They go back to Dr. Nicole, and Dr. Nicole asks the couples about their homework. She starts off with Eric and Jessica, and Eric basically says that he wants to write a letter to his mother to express himself about how he feels. He wants to do it because he feels like there won't be any room for him to cut his mother off, or vice versa. And it's something that she can look back, to when they have difficult times or whatever, just to, show that he cares. So Dr. Nicole is like, I feel like that's an awesome idea. I just need you to make sure that you include in that letter what your boundaries are. Jessica says she likes the idea. She was really impressed by it. Dr. Nicole asks her, about her situation, and she talks about, the whole fact that she was adopted and all of that. And Eric basically says, he looks at that like she's a very strong woman, because despite her circumstances, she still was able to go ahead and make it work. Dr. Nicole asked him what he learns, and he basically said, I need to look at things from a different lens. That's the basic sum up. They had more back and forth than that, but all you need to know is he said he gonna look at stuff from a different lens. Eric was talking a real good talk during this thing. If you didn't know any better, you would think, oh God, it really registered. They get to Sean and LaRonda. LaRonda basically says, as far as her family is concerned, they're good, but her and Sean kind of had a little bit of a stumbling block because he is good with his mom and his siblings, but he's not good with his father, and he shut down. So Dr. Nicole was like, why is that? And he talks again about how it's hard for him. She told him that you have to understand that you may never reach reconciliation with your father, but you can have resolve, because reconciliation involves more than one person, which resolve is something that you can do within yourself so you can eventually be set free. I agree. But Dr. Nicole, tell that man he needs therapy. The amount of therapy that he needs is ridiculous. He is the way he is because of his upbringing. We all are the way we are. I'm going to say this. I don't know who's watching. Black people, people in general, get therapy. Get it. It is so important. There are things that fester within us that we don't even realize is an issue until we get therapy. It's so imperative. The amount of problems that we face as a race, that should be automatic. I feel like it should be something that's given, like, as parents, make sure by age so and so that your child is in therapy. Period. She asked them about the whole date situation, if they're gonna go on another one. Sean says that he was already done, and LaRonda basically says, I'm done with the date because I went out on this date and Sean was okay. So because Sean was not manipulative and didn't get sick and throw up after eating half of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and didn't do exercises and all of that, you're not going to go on another date. The two of you, it was no point in y'all being in this show. Period. Jessica said that she's not used to a man being so emotional without being mad. Like, that was her response. I don't even remember if we even got to see if she was going to go on another date, because Eric, like, was hot. Like, the way they cut it off, it looked like he was about to get up. But the fact that in all the relationships that she's been in, she's never seen a man show any type of emotion unless he's upset. And Eric got mad at that because Eric was like, I tell her all the time. Man, what you gotta understand is, we women, sometimes we just need to know you care. And caring isn't always about words. It's about actions. Actions speak louder than words. I'm not saying that you have to sit up there and cry. I don't want you to do that. But I want you to express yourself, and I want to see some type of emotion in your face. I don't want to see vacancy or slickness or something that makes you feel like, okay, well, if I do this, then she's going to want to be with me. Anyways, that's the end. I don't have any more. I'm sorry that my notes were all over the place today. The headache that I had just was, I wish you could see my screen. There's so much that I left off. And at this point, I don't care. I am ready for the reunion, honestly. I can't wait to see this whole Kai and Darian situation play out. I want Lex to really be done. I don't feel like any of them should be together. I still feel like they all need to wait. But I also feel like, I know definitely Sean and LaRonda, they're going to be together. They're engaged. Jessica and Eric, I think they're together because he was real quick to defend her on social media and she looks pregnant. Anyways, it's been real. Give me a thumbs up and share.